Hello, welcome back to my channel. Uh, my name's Lucas. I'm a part-time reseller and a mediocre YouTuber. So uh, let's get into this video. We're going to go through what I found this week sourcing. So my thrift haul and my what sold this week. So without further ado, let's get right to the good stuff. What I found this week. A little overview shot of all the goodies. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We'll start over here on this end. This right here, we got a brand new sealed poster, and it is a Twilight New Moon poster. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it says New Moon Jacob Silhouette on there. So I have to look that up. I only paid, what, $1.21 for it. So that should sell for a couple bucks. So Twilight's still pretty popular, I guess, for some reason. So hopefully we'll be able to turn that into some money. Right here we got a vintage tin of Crayola crayons. These are from like the 90s, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, 1991. And the crayons in there look unused, and they have some pretty popular colors that are hard to find nowadays. So people look for those. So hopefully we can turn that 450 into some cash. I can't remember exactly what sold comps were looking like, but it was worth picking up, so I picked it up. And over here we got this whole set of loops and threads, crochet your own ornament kits. So we got two of these gingerbread kits. There's just some balls, a little, I don't know, Santa Claus mug looking thing, and then we got a little poodle. So probably lot those up. I paid $2.72 a piece for those, so I'll probably lot those up, see what I can get for them. Probably won't sell until Christmas, but you know, Christmas comes around every year, so that'll be something to look forward to selling. And we'll come right down here. We got this nice vintage Walkman cassette player. If this thing works, it should bring some good money. I think I was seeing comps in like the $60 range for this FX443. So, if it works. These are notorious not working because the belts go bad and they don't spin, but they still sell for parts. I can probably get like 20 bucks just for parts on this. So still worth the $5.50 I paid for it. Over here we got this little stove top percolator by Letty, I think is what I said. But yeah, those are pretty nice. Only paid a few bucks for that, like $6.50. So that should bring, I don't know, about 30 bucks. And down here we got some like Art Deco looking mini picture frames. There's a whole bunch of these. Like that one's kind of a more modern one. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that one, but the three other ones are pretty nice looking Art Deco style. So probably lot those three up and try to get maybe, I don't know, 25 bucks for them for $1.71. Not a bad flip. Over here we got some more bread and butter video games. Here, Backyard Wrestling for the PS2. So that should bring about 20 bucks. And then got this nice hat here. My Hero Academia. Great anime. Love that show. So that's Bakugan, I think is it, or what is his name? Oh shoot, I don't even remember now. But good character. I like the hat. A little dirty, needs a little cleaned up, but I might be able to get about 20 bucks for that. So down here we got this really old like padlock by a company called Gold Door with the key and it says 4508 on the back. It works. Thing's heavy as heck. Don't drop it on your toe. You'll break it. Your toe, not the padlock. Now we got this nice find here. This is like a mint condition original Xbox. I found this at the Goodwill for $40.50, and it works like a dream. I've already tested it, played a couple games on it, because I found a couple of games last week, week before, and gave me an excuse to test them right there. So, and I got to test the system. Probably one of the cleanest Xboxes I've seen, and at a really decent price. So that should bring some pretty good money. Then up here we got some business use stuff. I got some foam wrap sheets. Make great packing material. So put between dishes and coffee mugs or whatever. So those should come in handy very soon. So again, a couple more grab bags. These grab bags have been winners for me in the last couple of weeks, so can't turn these down. So in here we got a lot of like vintage stationery. So some more vintage crayons. So those might get lotted up with those other ones. A lot of vintage pencils, and it's more of the same here. These Wallace pencils here, these might have some value on their own, and there's more in this one, so I'll probably lot all those up. And whatever other treasures I find in there that I can make some money on. Looks like we got some X-Acto knives in there. I wonder if we got any blades. That'd be cool. And then last but not least, up here for the thrift, we've got this Lisa Frank clear backpack. I think we paid like 75 cents for this thing here, and I've seen some crazy listings for this and some pretty decent comps for this. I had to go back quite a while because this one's pretty rare, but man, when I got this thing, it was gross. I had to wash it so much, but for the comps I was seeing, like, I could probably get $60 for that, and I paid 75 cents for it, so it was worth cleaning it. So yeah, not too shabby of a week. So let's head on over to the computer and we'll go through what sold. And yes, there will be yarn. So let's go ahead and start with the most recent sale, and we'll work our way backwards. So most recently we sold those shoes that my wife really loved, so they actually turned out pretty good. Sold those for $50, so can't be mad at that. Other than she's mad she couldn't keep them because they weren't her size. And then we got this cool little master lock speed dial combination lock. This one's kind of cool. You don't have any like combinations. You just slide this thing up, down, left, right, back and forth, kind of like a cheat code on an old video game in a certain sequence, and that's how you unlock it. I got that in a box of Amazon returns a long time ago, like a mystery box. I paid like maybe a buck for it, so sold that for $17. Right here we got some, I don't even speak French, so you can read that and try to pronounce it yourselves. But it's just some cool decorative soaps in a nice tin, and sold for $17. This one's pretty cool. This is a flight simulator for RC planes. So you download it on your computer and you can fly virtual RC planes. It comes with the whole little controller right there, like an actual RC plane would have, and so that sold for $85. I think I paid like $15 for that. And here we go, our first yarn sale. We got some Lion brand shawl in a ball, restful rainbow, so sold for $10. It's a really cool colorway. I like that. And this one is a blast from last week here. This is the Victoria's Secret Very Sexy for Him cologne that I picked up last week at an estate sale. So sold that really quickly for $100. This is one I've had for a long time. This is actually one of my son's video game accessories. It's a Collective Mind Strike Pack. It's just like an add-on to a controller for a PS4 and a couple joystick pads, like grips. So sold that for $15. And then we got some vintage board games. These vintage 3M board games, they have pretty good resale value. If you find anything like vintage 3M like sports games, those are pretty decent. They like fold out. The outside box is actually your game board. It like unsnaps and folds open, and then all your pieces are inside the box inside. But they're pretty cool. I found a couple of these, and they've been selling pretty good. $25 on that. I think I paid like $2-3 for that. And last but not least, we got some more Lion Brand Shawl and a Ball. This is Soothing Blue. So $10 on that one as well. So overall, pretty good week. So hopefully we can keep this trend going and keep moving some stuff. So if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. But I'll see you next time. Bye.